Thank you, Elder Natras. There's something I wanted to say to this group, and his answer to that very good question has given me an opening to say it. I like to caution young people, whether youth or young adults, not to define themselves by something other than they are a child of God. Elder Natras introduced this idea when he said, don't define yourself by an inappropriate action. And I would add to that illustration, don't define yourself by a temptation or by some condition of birth. You, whoever you are a child of heavenly parents. The Lord has a destiny for you, and don't define yourself by some of the temptations that are put to you in your generation. To define yourself by some consideration of birth. I'm the tallest boy in the class, or I was the homecoming queen, or I'm the best basketball player they ever had in my high school, or I'm from Texas. I mention that because Texans are unusually proud of their state. But finally, all of those kind of self-labels inhibit our growth. For example, and this is a current example, and by the way, this is the reason why we have that request not to record. Because if somebody records and puts on the internet something that I say, I am not free to speak candidly to a group like this out of my heart, because somebody has recorded it and will take it out of context and send it around the world, and it'll be in my voice. And in today's technology, they can change the meaning. They can edit it and fix it up so that I appear to be saying something I didn't say. And so we have that announcement before each meeting where general authorities and Area 70 speak, asking that it not be recorded. We don't have that request for general conference, because at general conference we record and have a master. So if somebody tampers with what is said at general conference, we've got an instant refutation. We don't have that for what's said at state conference or in the youth meeting. That's the reason why we have decided recently to have that statement read in any meeting where we are present. Now, to get back to speaking very candidly, one thing that distresses me is to see people classify themselves, often as early as age 12, as being lesbian or bisexual or homosexual. That is a self-defeating characterization, because it changes the way people relate to you, it inhibits your growth, and it stands in contrast to saying to a circle of people that love you and will understand, I'm troubled by same-gender attraction. That's a very different thing than classifying yourself as a lesbian or a homosexual or bisexual. And to speak to people that love you and need to be aware of it, about temptations you feel. It isn't just temptations relating to gender. It could be a temptation to steal things. There is such a condition. And there are some people have a much greater temptation to use tobacco or alcohol, or to try drugs or whatever, and there are names for all of that. But don't label yourself. Because I know, for example, I have letters in my file from people who classified themselves once as homosexual, and after a lot of life experiences, they ceased to have those feelings. They repented of some transgressions along the way, married, and had children. Now, I'm not suggesting that that's the end result in every kind of temptation, but I'm just saying, whatever your temptations are, don't classify yourself and inhibit your freedom to go the direction the Lord helps you to go when you've had more of life's experiences.